Now this game's heating up.
Hey, what's up? I got some more lore content for you guys. The Shadow Isles champion and some other cards have been revealed, and I'm really excited to see what all the talk has been about. Before I get into the reveal, if you're new, please consider hitting the subscribe button to stay up to date with my content. I make deck profiles, beginner-friendly videos, gameplay highlights, and other lore-related stuff. My current goal is just 1,000 subs, and I'm only about 100 away, so it would be awesome if you joined. I also stream on Twitch often, so check me out over there if you want live gameplay of someone who's hit Master Tier during all 3 ranked seasons. With that, let's get into the reveals. So we have Nocturne, which I'm pretty excited about. You know, I used to play Nocturne back in the day. I played League during his initial release. So yeah, me and him go back. I'm really excited to see how they're going to transition Nocturne's kit into Legends of Runeterra. Let's get it. He brings the nightmares, alright. The next time you summon an ally this round, give it 1-0 and spell shield this round. Alright. Bonus if this is not the first card you play. Nightfall. Sick, okay. So there's some innate synergy there. You have something vulnerable. He has spell shield because of the spell cast before. I love the symbol for Nightfall. Oh. Dude, no way! Terra, I suppose, weakened by fear. Other allies have fearsome, okay? Drain 1 from anything. Nightfall, create a random Nightfall card. Sweet. So it's resource generation as well. Okay. Yo, Nocturne is really cool. I absolutely love that level up animation as well. Okay, so that went a little fast. Let's go back through it again. So we saw Shroud of Darkness. This is the true pure enabler for Nightfall cards. Since this is a 1-cost burst, it cannot be interrupted. It's always going to go through, and that enables Nightfall for the rest of the round. Makes sense? Nocturne is a 4-mana 5/3, really aggressively statted, very similar to Callista, however she is a 4/3, so Nocturne a little bit more powerful in terms of attack, but just as fragile. Nightfall, grant an enemy vulnerable and give enemies -1/-0 this round. So if you're casting something before Nocturne to get his Nightfall effect, he's technically at least 5 mana, right? If you're going to play the 1 mana card and then play him, you're actually playing him on turn 5. The only exception to this is a 0-cost spell, something that's reduced, or if you use Fading Memories, then you can play Nocturne on 4. So let's see, his level up condition is you've attacked with 5+ Nightfall allies, so this happens anytime throughout the game. He can level up in deck and come out leveled up. That's really good. He's pretty flexible, it looks like, as well. Really aggressive style champion, which I like to see, especially in Shadow Isles, because there's a lot of things that enable this strategy. Let's see, I wanted to see his leveled up form. Okay, 4 mana 6/4, wow. Other allies have fearsome, so that's very similar to Elise. However, she only gives spider allies fearsome. He gives it to all allies. When you play a unit, give enemies -1/-0 this round. Oh wow. So if you play a bunch of like smaller minions, then you can reduce the enemy's attack below the fearsome threshold so you can get your damage in. That's actually really good. He has 2 like pretty dope effects, and this one just being like an ambient passive effect that's always happening is really strong actually. So I also want to talk about Unspeakable Horror. 2 mana fast spell, drain 1, so the same as Vile Feast. However, this has the Nightfall effect of create a random Nightfall card in hand. So if you cast something before this, then use this, you get another one, right? So it basically replaces itself as a resource in hand if cast as a Nightfall, which is really good. So you can kind of out-resource your opponent. Vile Feast does a similar thing where it drains and then spawns you a 1/1, so it counts as like 2 resources per 1 card. This is very similar. You love to see it. This is a really, really solid card. Okay, now we can take a look at the Nocturne supportive cards. So this is going to show Nocturne, his level up form, Unspeakable Horror like we already talked about, Shroud of Darkness, right, the Enabler. Now we have Stalking Shadows, 2 mana burst spell. Pick a follower from the top 4 cards in your deck. Draw it, shuffle the rest into your deck, then create an ephemeral copy in hand. Interesting. Okay, Stalking Shadows is going to be really, really interesting. I think there's a lot of degenerate things you can do with this, and the fact that you're like creating copies and ephemeral copies means a lot of different things. This can be used in ephemeral like Hecarim decks. This can be used in degenerate combo decks. This can be used in elusives. This seems really, really powerful. And the final card right here is Risen Mist. Summon a Mist Wraith. Now, I am a huge Mono Shadow Isles advocate. I played Mono Shadow Isles in beta, and that's the deck that got me to Master Tier for the first time, and this is a huge support card for that. So Mist Wraiths are normally 2 mana 2/2s. However, for each one that gets summoned, the remaining Mist Wraiths that get summoned the rest of the game all have +1/+0. So you can kind of like amp up your Mist Wraiths attacks like extremely high, especially when you combine this with Wraith Caller, who also summons a Mist Wraith upon seeing another Shadow Isles card on top of your deck. So I think my initial deck for this is going to be Mono Shadow Isles with Nocturne. You know, I'm going to revamp the deck that I succeeded with first, and I'm absolutely going to love this style. This adds so much more power to that archetype, and it also gives power to other decks, you know, like I mentioned with the flexibility of Stalking Shadows. There's actually so much you can do with this, and I'm so excited to see where players are going to put these resources and make combo themed decks, you know. Very, very cool. And that's it for this one. Please like and subscribe if you thought this video was informative or entertaining. It really helps me out since I'm still trying to grow. I'll be releasing more deck profiles, guides, gameplay highlights, and reveal content in the near future. Thank you so much for watching and have a good one. Laters.